Hello viewers, welcome back to the Beardiola channel, and this is the first instalment of a brand new series that I'm calling the 5-year plan. The reason I'm calling it a 5-year plan is because we are giving ourselves 5 seasons in game to rebuild football clubs from around the world. We're not just going to be sticking to Europe, we're not just going to be sticking to England. We're going to be rebuilding clubs from all over the place and seeing if we can leave them in a better place than where we picked them up. First club, AS Roma. Okay, so why are we choosing Roma as our first club for a 5-year plan? I mean, the first reason is they haven't won a title since, I think it's what, 2000, the 2001 season potentially. They did win a UEFA Conference League in, I think it was, when was it, 21-22. And I just feel like for a club of its size, it could be doing a lot better. Is that good enough? Probably not. And squad wise, I mean, they got a fairly decent start. There's some players I like. I do like the goalkeeper, Svilja, the Serbian goalkeeper. I think he is quite handy. Who else have we got in the squad? Mancini, 18 times he's played for Italy, but he's a very, very solid option for us at centre back. And then obviously going forward, they look great. They've got Sula, Matthias Sula, the Argentine forward, one cap for Argentina already. And dare I say it, he kind of gives me Totti vibes in that I feel like he could be a talisman for this club going forward if we can manage to keep hold of him, because there is interest already and a bidding already for Man City for this player. We're going to try and keep hold of him as long as we can. As well as that, you know, we've got kind of like the aging players in the squad. We've got Dybala, 31 years old. We've got Sharawi, who is, what, 32 years old, that we're probably going to need to replace. So we need to be fairly active in the transfer market. But I like the squad. It's not a bad start. And speaking of the transfer market, we have got £12 million to spend, which, you know, is okay, I think, for a club of this size. In the first season, I think we definitely need to be looking at getting this club back into Europe. You'll see that there isn't any European fixtures scheduled because we're not in any European competition. We're going to be playing in Serie A, which is obviously a fairly tough league. We've got Lazio, who are our big rivals, but you've got massive clubs in there. You've got your Napolis, you've got your Milan, Juventus, Inter, Fiorentina, Atalanta. You know, all these clubs. There's 6 or 7 clubs that I think could feasibly win the league any given season. So it's not going to be easy, but I think my main goals for this are going to be pick up some silverware, win a league, and just have a bit of fun with it. Try and learn the format. This is going to be the first in the series. So we are going to skip ahead to the start of the first season, and we are going to show you any transfer activity, what the squad's looking like, and what tactics that we are going to be using, and any players that we might want to lock in ahead of this first season. Look at me, managing Roma and eating pizza. Let me finish this and I'll show you the transfers. Okay, so transfer-wise, not a lot's happened. We've only had one player come in, and that is Sven Botman, left-footed Dutch centre-back from Newcastle. And I really like this signing for 3.5 million, already valued at 4. Bit of sell-on value. He's only 25. I really like this signing. I really do feel like it just shores us up at the back a little bit. In terms of the squad, it is looking bigger. Okay, it is looking bigger because we have promoted quite a few players up from the reserves. Players like Eduardo Bove, Pisili, El Noy, these kind of players, Dovbik as well, that were just hanging around in the reserves. And because we've only been able to sign one player, we needed to bump it up a little bit in terms of numbers, and that's what we have done. I did also tell you a lie when I said that we weren't in Europe. We are. We're in the UEFA Cup, Europa League, whatever you want to call it, the first round, and we got TNS from Wales. So yeah, I think we should be okay, and it'll be interesting to see how we get on in Europe first season. Tactics wise, we're going with one of my favourite formations to use at the moment. It's the beard ball diamond that I've come up with. So it's a narrow diamond with the number 10 pushing up to make it a 4-3-3. And in terms of our instructions, we're going attacking, short passing, hard tackling. We are going to press, and we are going to play with an offside trap. That's it. We're not having fullbacks bombing on. I want us to keep it solid at the back, have a good overload in the middle with runners helping out that front two once it gets there. So all that's left for us to do is to play the first season, and I'll see you at the end of it. Okay, first season of the 5-year plan is done, and we've got a few players, Sven Botman included, in the Serie A Team of the Year, which is a good sign. How did we do in the league? Is it going to tell me? I mean, time out. Are we just calling this quits now? I said I wanted to win the league, and we've done it first season. And I tell you what, we've done it in style as well, haven't we? Milan were in second on 73 points. We got 85 points. We have not just won the league, we've won it comfortably at a canter, only losing one game. Scored 80 goals and conceded 20. Yeah, I mean, let's have a look at some of the player stats and decide if we even need to continue this. All right, then. Let's have a look at goals, first of all. Who were the goal scorers? And, I tell you what, I called him out as a potential talisman. Matthias Sule, the Argentinian, who is looking really, really good now. He's got 4 caps, 3 more caps this season for Argentina. He has scored 28 goals in 45 games. Baldanzi, I should say, has got 17 and 29. Looks like they've been playing him as a striker. I kind of saw him as more of a 10, but if it works, it works. Paulo Dybala was playing in the 10, 16 goals from him. Fair play. And I'll tell you what, Neil El Al-Nouai, I'm going to butcher that, got himself 12 goals from central midfield. The lad that was in the reserves, and he's looking decent, to be fair to him. Assist-wise, Brian Cristante, who was playing holding midfield, by the looks of it, was very, very handy in that position. 6 goals and 14 assists. Baldanzi and Sula both getting 13. Angelino, the left back, getting 12, and Dybala getting 8. So all in all, I mean, that's a pretty good season. How did Sven Botman get on as our new signing? Average rating, that's a good one to look at. Sula, Angelino, Cristante, Balzini, El Al-Nouai. Sven Botman, there he is, 7.53 after 43 games. It's good. It's good. Not many players had a poor season. We had a few players that just didn't play, which is fair enough. But yeah, everybody seems to have pulled their weight when they were asked to play. Let's have a look, because we were also in Europe. Let's have a look and see how we got on in the cup competitions. No spoilers, no spoilers. Right, so we played TNS. We got past them in the first round. Panathinaikos in the second round. Atalanta, an all-Italian fair, in the third round. Fourth round, Atletico Madrid. Did that go to penalties? It did. And we won on penalties. Fair play. So into the quarterfinals, we played Lille. And we won the quarterfinals. Into the semi-finals, another Italian affair against Bologna. We won that. We're in the final of the UEFA Cup here. We played Aston Villa and we beat them 2-0. Cristante and El Al-Nouai getting themselves on the score sheet. Early doors in the first half. It was done at half time in Copenhagen. We've done the double. I've noticed there's no Italian Cup here. Do we not qualify for the Italian Cup? What's going on there? Is there just no Italian Cup in this? That's a shame. Yeah, that's a shame, because I thought that we were going to have a chance at more silverware. But, I mean, we won the double. We've won everything that we could. Every competition we were entered in, we've won. So we've won something in Europe. We've won the league. And it's only the first season. I think all that's left to do is to go and spend some money, make some transfers, and see you at the start of season 2. Okay, so before I show you the transfers ahead of season 2, we have had a couple of fixtures already. We played Bologna in the Italian Super Cup and we won 2-0. Goals from Balzini and Sula. I don't know how Bologna got themselves into the Super Cup when I'm guessing it's the winners of the Italian Cup. I don't know. Apparently they won the Italian Cup. that we're just not entered in for some reason, because I've got no cup fixtures for the Italian Cup. So for some reason we can't play in the Italian Cup. We're obviously too good. They're not going to let us play in the Italian Cup. And we did play in the Super Cup, having winning the UEFA Cup against Bayern Munich, and we were beaten 2-0, goals from Diaz, goals from Harry Kane. Let's get on to transfers, because we've been fairly busy. Sven Botman was our only signing last season. This year, we spent a bit more money, spent 12.75 million. We've signed Romeo Lavia as a backup in the midfield area, maybe even a starter. We'll see if the assistant likes him. We've signed Jonathan Rowe from Bologna, who won this imaginary Italian Cup. We signed him for £4 million, a bit of a steal. I like him. I've liked him a lot on Football Manager for a while. He is probably more of a winger, which we're still not playing with because we're continuing with the diamond. But he can play in the 10 pretty comfortably, I think. Danny Welbeck was next. 35-year-old Danny Welbeck. Why? Because we just needed a bit of firepower up front, just someone that can come off the bench and maybe rotate with some of the strikers. And our last signing was Scott McTominay from Napoli. And similar reason to Lavia, just a bit more competition in the midfield. I do like him. He's very good going forward. He's very good defensively. And if you watch Saving United, my other Championship Manager 102 series, then you'll see I'm just a bit of a fan of him. I brought him back to United. I'm bringing him into Roma. And we are continuing with our 4-4-2 narrow diamond. The squad is shaping up pretty nicely, if I do say so myself. It's a fairly decent sized squad. We have tried to get rid of El Shaarawy to no avail, but most of the names are the same guys that won us that league last season. But yeah, let's simulate season 2 and see how we get on. Okay, season 2. I'm not seeing any spoilers here. Let's have a look how we got on in the league. And oh my goodness, look how tight that is. Well, it's a lot tighter than it was last year, I'll give you that. We have won the league for the second season in a row. Only 80 points this time, which was the same as Inter Milan, who finished second, with what looks like a much better goal difference. So I'm guessing it just came down to head-to-head, maybe. Yeah, that's pretty good. Cup-wise, we obviously know we're not in the Italian Cup for some reason, but we are in the Champions League. So let's have a look. We know about the Super Cups. So first group we were in was Salzburg, St. Pauli and Ajax. Pretty good. And we obviously get through that one with no problems. Then we're with Cologne, Bilbao, Arsenal, and that's it. Cologne, Bilbao and Arsenal. We qualified, only lost one game. So now we're in the knockouts for the Champions League. Napoli. We like all Italian affairs in Europe. Win the first leg 3-1. Draw the second leg of the quarterfinal 0-0. We're through to the semis. Real Madrid 0-0 in the first leg away. That's not a bad result. 2-2 at home. So what happens? Do we go through on no, do we lose on away goals? Away goals a thing. They are a thing. Oh, okay. So we lost in the Champions League semi-finals to Real Madrid on away goals. That sucks. But this is how it's obviously decided. It's not done by goal difference. It's not done by head-to-head. There's a playoff. We won the first leg at home. Sula and Pellegrini getting the goals. And then we drew the second leg. So we win the league. Baldini getting the goals there. One player that you might see on here that I didn't mention at the start was a player that we had a bidding for at the time of me doing the transfers. The window stays open. The window does stay open. So you'll see he joined us after the start of the season. So I just kind of put the bid in, put a contract in for him, and just thought if he signs, he signs. If he doesn't, he doesn't. Ryan Ait-Nouri, who has come in and had a stonking season, 30 games, 8 assists from left back. He's just a bit of class, isn't he? I saw him on the transfer list from Man City, had to go and get him. Right, stats. How have these boys done this season? Who's topping the goal charts? Okay, it's Baldzini this time. Baldanzi, I've got to get that right. Sula has one behind him on 20. Pellegrini getting goals from midfield. He's got 12. Kone played a lot more football than he did last season, scored 10 with 8 assists as well. Dybala, 8 and 50. He is starting to decline a little bit, 33 years of age. Danny Welbeck got 5 and Dicker got 5. McTominay got himself 8. So I'm fairly happy with that. Lavia played 30 games, didn't score much and didn't assist much, but that's not what he's in the team to do, really, is it? Assist-wise, 8. Nori played 45 games in total, 30 in the league, and got 13 assists. Baldzini's there with 12. Pellegrini's there with 11. Kone, 8. Cristante, Sula with 7. And then we're down to sort of lower numbers there. But, okay, fairly good. Average rating-wise, Sula, star player. He's really kicking on now, playing a lot more for Argentina, playing a lot of games for us. He scored 14 and 13, near enough a goal every other game in the league. And I said about the Totti shout, kind of regretted it as I said it, but actually he's looking pretty good. 24 years old now, so developing very, very nicely indeed. All right, 2 seasons, 2 league titles, and a UEFA Cup. Should we go and see if we can improve this squad for season 3? Okay, season 3. Let's start with players out, and I've realised I haven't actually done that at all for the entirety of this. So first season, brought in 3.5 million. Divine Wrench was the main one really leaving the club then. Last season, we brought in about 5.75. Yeah. Vazquez went to Sassuolo for £1 million. Hermoso, went to Celta, back to Spain for £1.4 million. And Dovbik went out to Saudi Arabia for £2.6 million. A couple of players left on frees. Nothing much to shout about. But this season, we brought in £9.5 million. We're making money here. The ones to really talk about, Evan and Dicker went to Juventus for £7 million, and Eduardo Bove went to Parma for £2.6 million. Now, transfers in for this season. 3 players joining us. All from the Premier League, apart from one. Actually, I'm kind of thinking he's already at Chelsea, but he's not. Ibrahima Konate comes in from Liverpool. He had a decent season last year. We saw him available for 12.25 million. Makes our defence a lot better, I think. Definitely an upgrade on Ndicka. So he comes in for 12.25 million pounds. Liam Delap comes in. Might be a shock, but he's kind of scoring. He's kind of scoring goals. First season he got 20, second season he got 18. We bought him in for £9.75 million to just add a little bit of something up front. Bit of physicality, give us another option. El Shawari and Dybala, they're both aging. We need some fresh meat. So we signed him for £9.75 million and Emmanuel Omega, who is scoring for fun, 20 goals in his first season, 23 in his second. He's coming from Strasbourg for £9 million, which means the squad is looking pretty darn good, if you ask me. We kind of just keep on going, keep on strengthening this side. And yeah, I think this could be a pretty good season. We're sticking with the diamond. As you can see, we're not locking any players in. I'm kind of liking the fact that the assistant is getting to pick some of these players. We did win the World Club Cup. That's something I probably should tell you. 1-0 win in the final against Barcelona, and it was Liam Delap who scored the goal. He won it with Chelsea. He's gone and won it with Roma. So far, so good for this rebuild. That's all I've got to show you. Let's go and see how we get on in season 3. Right, I've seen a spoiler. I've seen a spoiler for season 3, and I don't like it. Second in the league. Second in the league by 2 points as well. So we've only lost 4, which is great. Milan have really come back into the title race after being nowhere near it, really, to be honest, for the first 2 seasons. Yeah, we're second by 2. It's okay. We've won 2 titles out of 3 so far. We've won a few cups. It's not the end of the world, I hope. I'm sure we'll be able to bounce back. Let's have a look. Baldzani, 24 goals, 11 assists, 11 man of the match as well. Emmanuel Omega, the new boy, 23 goals, Sula with 18, playing in that number 10 role. Delap played a lot of football. I just noticed Balzani is playing centre mid as well. Has he been playing there all season? I don't know. Liam Delap, 15. Kone, 12. We're sharing the goals out a lot more. McTominay, 10 in 18. A cracking season from him as a bit of a rotation option. Assist-wise, Balzani, 11 assists. Nori again up there with 9. Omega, who's currently injured. Is that a long injury? No, a couple of weeks. We're fine. Yeah, Omega with 9 to go with his 23 goals. Delap with 8. He's been quite a good signing then by the looks at Liam Delap. Lavia with 8. He has stepped up his game massively. I think he scored no goals, only had 1 assist last season. And Sula with 8 as well. Meaning our top performers, Romeo Lavia, playing in that holding midfield position. He has shone 8.05. I think we signed him for 3 million. He's now worth over 12. Omega's there, 7.74. Balzani, 7.72. The list goes on. Everybody, pretty much everybody has hit a 7 or thereabouts. Cristante and Pellegrini both getting older, not playing as much football as they have done previously, but with the likes of McTominay, with the likes of Balzani playing in midfield, Lavia, Kone, you can kind of see why. Kanate had a decent first season as well, 7.46 rating. Didn't play as much as I thought he would do. And Wesley, the right back, really made that position his own. 7 assists and a 7.43 rating. So, pretty good. How did we get on in the Cups? Oh, I've spoiler straight away. We didn't get out of the second group stage. So this is Championship Manager 102. Of course, we're using the same format as they did back then. First group phase, second group phase, and you're into quarterfinals rather than the knockouts and then now the league system that they're using, which is a complete mess if you ask me. Okay, we didn't get out of the second group. It was a tough group. Spurs, Bayern Munich, Villarreal. I mean, we won 3 out of our 6 games. Not good enough, really. Yeah, I'm kind of a little bit disappointed with this season. I think there's definitely going to be some work to do ahead of season 4. Let's go and see who we can bring in for that. So finishing second and not making it to the knockout stages of the Champions League really hurt me last season. So we've gone big in this transfer window. Only 1 player has left. We are bulking up that squad. Abdul Hamid left on a free transfer. Players in, I hope you're going to be excited about this as I am. Carlos Baliba came in from Brighton on a free. Frank Kessie came in from Saudi Arabia, former Milan player for £1.4 million. Kusanov came in from Liverpool. He's currently at Man City in real life. The Uzbekistan centre-back. He came in for 3.8 million. Bit of a backup, but I like him. And then we started going big. Samu Agahawa, absolute machine. And I mean machine from Porto. You can see he scored 34 in his first season. I checked, he had a pretty bad injury in that second season. I think it was a leg break or something. So he only played 1 game, but scored 3 goals. And I was going to sign him earlier, but I saw that injury and I was like, how's he going to bounce back? He bounced back all right. 29 in 49. Unbelievable. And so far this season, he did join late in the window. He has scored 1 in 2 for Porto. No brainer. Look at him. Absolute beast. We're talking Haaland level of striker here. He comes in for 14.25 million. We then went and when we got a bit of money left over, let's go and sign some more. Reece James, 28 years old currently, can play right back, can play in midfield, can play at centre back. Really, really good acquisition for this squad. 7.25 million. He went to Saudi from Chelsea, decided it wasn't for him, and now he's back in Europe and trying to help Roma get back on top. And then we brought in Bernardo Silva, crafty midfielder, 34 years of age. The attributes are amazing. He was on a free. Why not? Bring some experience, some winning mentality into this squad after finishing second last season. Keeping it exactly the same in terms of the formation. Why wouldn't you after the success we've had? This is what? Season 4. We've only got 2 more seasons. We haven't won a Champions League yet. Is this going to be our year? Let's find out. What is going on here? We didn't win the league. So that's now 2 out of 4 titles we've won. And we weren't anywhere near it. We finished with 69 points with Milan winning the league again on 80 points. Inter Milan sneaking into second place ahead of us. I expected more. Let me know in the comments. Did you expect more after that transfer window? Yeah, not a great season really in the league. Champions League wise, first group, we have Fenerbahce, Feyenoord, Panathinaikos qualified. Top 106, lovely. Second group, tough group. City, Atletico Madrid and Celtic. We lost 2, 1-4, put us through in second place behind City on goal difference. So, yeah, can't complain. This is where it gets interesting now. Who did we get in the quarterfinals? Stuttgart. Stuttgart in the quarterfinals. We lost 3-0 in the away leg and won 1-0 in the home leg. We didn't get past the quarterfinals. Another season with no silverware. Nothing. That is very, very disappointing. We have got one more season of this rebuild, of this 5-year plan, and we need to go for it. We scored a lot less goals. Agahawa, 19 goals in 46. That's not the striker I signed. We need more from him. Sula is carrying us really. 15 in 30 in the league, 21 overall. Still not high in the league. Balzani back in the 10 role, 12 assists, 15 goals. And then it's just pretty like, Delap not playing as much football. Believer didn't play as much as I thought he would. Bernardo Silva played a lot more than I thought he would. 7 assists from him. Top performer was Ait Nouri, followed by Lavia again. It's not the average rating we saw from Lavia last season, but, you know, we'll take it. And when you look at some of these lads, a lot of them have dropped below that sort of 7 mark. That kind of seems to be the baseline for the squad, really, including the goalkeeper, which is worrying. Do we need to replace him? 29 years old? He should be in his prime for a goalkeeper. Kanate only started 7 games. Reece James only started 11. That shocked me massively. McTominay's not getting as much game time either anymore. Yeah, I think we need to make even bigger moves, really. We've got one more season of this rebuild left. I want to win something else. We can't win it all in the second season and then win nothing for the next 3. That would be a bit of a kick in the nuts, really. Let's go and do some work in the transfer window, and I'll see you at the start of our final season of the Roma 5-year plan. Okay, starting with players leaving the club. Neil El Alnoy has left. He's gone to Al Nassr for 3.8 million. Had a fantastic first season. It's kind of dropped down the pecking order. We just needed to get rid of him, free up some funds. Jan Zielkowski is a centre-back. He went to Udinese for 2.1 million. Didn't really feature. Jonathan Rowe, who I almost forgot was at the club, really. You'll see the assistant really didn't like him. We've taken a bit of a hit on him. He only played in 2 games for us, and I was very surprised. He looks very, very good, but he's gone to Dortmund for 2.7 million. And Marco Litti has left the club. He has gone to Bologna, left back, for 1.9 million, bringing in 10.5 million for us to spend. And boy did we spend, because we have bought in Mbappe, the only player we bought in. Mbappe, we went back and forth with him over a contract, and eventually we probably spent that whole 10 million just on his signing on fee, if I'm completely honest. We just went in and just got him 110 grand a week, easily the highest earner at the club. He's 30 years old. Look how many goals he scores. 35 in his first season, 43 in his second and his third. 52 goals and 16 assists in 62 games in his last season at Real Madrid. And for this final season of the rebuild, he is going to be a Roma player. And I'm hoping, even if he hits half of the numbers, he would have outscored our players last season. So big season ahead. Again, we've just stacked the squad, really. I'm not locking anybody in for this last and final season. The only ones I would lock in is probably Sula and Mbappe, but I think they're going to start anyway. They should do, based on how good they are compared to the rest of the squad. This is it. It all comes down to this. Slightly embarrassing that we have to play Karabag in the Champions League qualifier. So it's just given us extra rounds to go and win the only competition that we haven't won yet, which is the Champions League. Can we do it? Final season of the Roma rebuild. I feel like if we don't, it's going to leave a sour taste in the mouth, especially if we win nothing. Let's go. Let's go. Season 5. Let's have it. No. Milan have done it again. Even Mbappe couldn't save us. Como in third, by the way. They've crept in there. We finished, 9 points? 9 points behind Milan, having conceded less goals than them, the least amount of goals in the league. Yeah. We're going to have to settle on 2 titles. 2 titles out of 5 for Roma. How do we get on in the Champions League? Oh, no. We lost in the final. We lost in the final of the Champions League. Oh, that is gutting. 3-2 we lost. And no. Agahauer scored in the second minute. Haaland, it's the battle of the strikers. Agahauer scored in the second. Haaland scored in the 24th. We made it 2-1 in the 33rd. And then Haaland has scored in the 90th minute. They went to take it to extra time. At the end of full time, it was 2. In the 90th minute, Haaland has scored. Oh, no. Literally last kick of the game. Last kick of the game. Haaland scored. City levelled the match. End of 90 minutes. And in the 93rd minute, Haaland got his hat-trick. And it was a golden goal. Of course it was. This is back when football was proper and we had things like golden goal. So the game just ended 3 minutes into extra time. Oh, my word. It was at Wembley as well. I'm punching the screen. That is soul destroying. So we didn't win anything. Still no Italian Cup in this season. Oh my goodness. Right, squad-wise, how have these lads done? Have they done us proud in the last season? Mbappe with 34. We'll take that. It's not the numbers he was hitting at Real Madrid, but we'll take it. That's the highest anyone scored for us, I believe. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. Agahauer, 27. Balzani, 15. Where is Sule? Sule was injured, so he missed that Champions League final as well. He got 10 goals, 11 assists. Balzani, 15 and 8 assists. Then we're kind of down to midfielders and single figures. Oh, mate. Mbappe, great signing. Clearly the front runner in the average rating with an 8.18. Agahauer just behind him. Lavia pulling it back, 7.778. Nori having a good season again. Sven Botman still going strong. Sven Botman, 30 years old. Good signing he was. Very, very good signing. But yeah, wow. That's tough to take, you know. So there we have it, guys. 5 seasons done with Roma. The 5-year plan is done. And I suppose in the intro I said it's about leaving the club in a better place than they were when we picked them up. I think we've done that with Roma, although all of our success kind of was front-loaded into the first 2 seasons, really, which has kind of left a bitter taste in the mouth, and it's kind of got me thinking I probably need to do more in the transfer market. Maybe a bit more tactically because we didn't change the formation at all. But it's getting the juices flowing for the rest of this series. There will be more. We do have another couple in the pipeline already, but I want you guys to let me know in the comments what club do you want to see as one of the upcoming 5-year plan episodes. We're going to make a whole playlist of this. We're going to make a series of it like we're doing with Saving United. So let me know in the comments, who do you want to see featured as part of this series? As always, guys, if you have enjoyed the content, please do give us a like. Please do give us a subscribe. It really helps us out massively. And let me know in the comments if you're watching. Until I see you guys again, take care.